Okay, starting the. See here, my work transfer means it has to cross the boundary. Work transfer annamante it has to cross the boundary. So work transfer is a boundary phenomena. Conclusion is work anedi it has to cross the boundary. So it is called boundary phenomena. Next, convention of work transfer. Take down. Convention of work transfer. Convention of work transfer. Convention means we have to give positive or negative. So we have only two conventions. One is positive, one is negative. So if the system is doing work, listen here. If the system is doing work, it is called positive work. Listen here, don't write. See here. If any system, thermal system, it is doing work, it is called positive work. Any system లోకి మనం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నామంటే నెగిటివ్ వర్క్ మైనస్. If the system is doing work producing devices, they are called positive work done. Work done on the system, negative work. So we have two sign conversion. Work done by the system is positive, work done on the system is negative. Okay, examples. Work done by the system, IC engine. IC engine doing work. How it is doing work? It is transferring heat into work. It is converting heat into work. Work done by the system. IC engine is doing work. Here our AC is also a thermal system which we have to give work for it. AC is a thermal system which we have to give work for it. Means electrical work. Mana work istana adi chestundi. Work is done on the system aitundi. AC work is negative work. IC engine work is positive work. Gas turbine work is positive work. Air compressor work is negative work. Remember it. Air compressor which is used to compress the air. Low pressure air nunchi high pressure air convert cheyalante we have to install a air compressor. Okay, we have seen that air compressor in our వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు టైర్ పంచర్ షాప్ లో ఎయిర్ కంప్రెసర్ ఉందాము చూసారా. ఎయిర్ కంప్రెసర్ లో విచ్ ఇస్ యూజ్ టు కంప్రెస్ ద ఎయిర్. సో ఎయిర్ కంప్రెసర్ ఏం చేస్తాం, మనం వర్క్ ఇస్తున్నాం దానికి. పర్సన్ ఏం చేస్తాడంటే హీ విల్ స్విచ్ ఆన్ దట్ మోటార్ స్విచ్ ఆన్ చేస్తే ఫ్రమ్ దట్ మోటార్ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ వర్క్ ఈస్ గివెన్ టు ద మోటార్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ వైర్ కనెక్షన్. గ్రిడ్ నుంచి వర్క్ తీసుకొని వీఆర్ గివింగ్ వర్క్ టు ద సిస్టమ్. సో నెగటివ్ వర్క్. So it is called work absorbing devices. So all the devices, thermal devices are divided into two: work producing devices, work absorbing devices. What are work producing devices? Ante positive works. Work producing devices are called positive work. Okay. Example is IC engine. IC engine will do work. Compressor, we have to do work on it. Work absorbing device. Compressor is a work absorbing device. And IC engine is a work producing device. Like that, all the devices are we can divide into two. All the devices, thermal devices, can be divided into two. One is work producing devices, one is work absorbing devices. Okay, here if we see here, work done by the system, work output, positive work. Work done on the system, negative work. Work done by the system is positive work. Work done on the system, work input. System means mana work input istunam, negative work. So understood now this? Sign conversion of work. Work sign conversion rende amma. Either positive or negative. Eppudu positive aitundi? If it is doing work. Adi work cheste positive. దాని పైన మనం వర్క్ చేసామంటే నెగిటివ్ వర్క్ అవుతుంది. ఏసీకి మనం పవర్ సప్లై చేయాలి. కంప్రెసర్కి మనం పవర్ సప్లై చేయాలి. ఐసీ ఇంజిన్స్ అది మనకు వర్క్ ఇస్తుంది. గ్యాస్ టర్బైన్ అది మనకు వర్క్ ఇస్తుంది. హీట్ విల్ బి కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ వర్క్. ఓకే, సో లైక్ దట్ సో మెనీ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. Understood? No? Everybody understood what is work? Work done by the system, work done on the system. Work done by the system, work done on the system. Okay, next. We have two types of works here. Mechanical work. Let us see two types of works. One is expansion work, one is compression work. What is expansion work is, here I am taking this, whatever substance inside that, it may be air or liquid. I may take anything. Fluid అనుకుంటాం. I will take fluid inside that. And that fluid has some boundary. ఆ fluid కి ఒక boundary ఉందాం. Okay? I am taking a fluid inside a piston cylinder arrangement. It is a piston cylinder arrangement. We have a piston and we have a cylinder. I want to explain the expansion work and compression work. So we have two types of works. One is expansion work, one is compression work. What is expansion work means? Work is done by the system. It's called expansion work. Here the fluid is my system. Here the fluid is my system. What I am doing to my system? I am giving heat. One form of energy will be transferred to other form of energy. Okay? Law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created, not destroyed. It will be converted from one form to other form. Here the heat is our energy. Heat energy is the one form of energy. We are heating it we are giving that heat to the substance called fluid. What the fluid is doing, taking that energy and it is doing work, means expansion. How can you tell it is doing work means? Based on the movement of the piston. Piston అనేది ఒక పొజిషన్ నుంచి ఇంకో పొజిషన్ మూవ్ అయిందంటే ఫోర్స్ అప్లైడ్ ఆన్ ద పిస్టన్ ఇంటూ డిస్టెన్స్ మోడ్. That is called work done by the system. Okay? Understand everybody? See here, expansion work. This is called expansion work. So we have a weight there. On the piston we have a weight and if we are lifting the weight, work is said to be done by the system if the sole effect on things external to the system is equated to rising of weight. Weight అనేది రైజ్ అయింది. ఎలా రైజ్ అయిందంటే ఇది వర్క్ చేసింది. ఏది వర్క్ చేసింది? సిస్టమ్. హియర్ ద సిస్టమ్ ఈస్ దిస్ ఫ్లూయిడ్. లోపల ఏం తీసుకున్నావు? ఐడియల్ గ్యాస్ తీసుకున్న ఐడియల్ గ్యాస్ ఇస్ ద ఫ్లూయిడ్. ఐడియల్ గ్యాస్ ఇస్ సిస్టమ్. వాటర్ తీసుకుంటే వాటర్ ఇస్ సిస్టమ్. నైట్రోజన్ తీసుకుంటే నైట్రోజన్ ఇస్ ద సిస్టమ్. ఆక్సిజన్ తీసుకుంటే ఆక్సిజన్ ఇస్ ద సిస్టమ్. వాటర్ తీసుకుంటే వాటర్ ఇస్ ద సిస్టమ్. కిరోసిన్ తీసుకుంటే కిరోసిన్ ఇస్ ద సిస్టమ్. దట్ సిస్టమ్ ఈస్ డూయింగ్ వర్క్. How it is doing work? It is lifting the weight. Then work is done by the system. Expansion work. It is called expansion work. Okay, this left side is called expansion work. How it is called expansion work? Work done by the system because it is doing, the system is doing work. How it is doing work? It is lifting the weight from one position to other position. Force, it is applying some force and the distance moved by the piston. That is called work done by the system. Expansion work is positive work. Expansion work is positive work. So expansion jaragalante we have to give certain amount of energy to it. That energy here what we are giving is heat energy. Okay, our energy ne heat energy. Q is the heat energy. I am giving it heat. I am giving the heat energy and it's converted into work energy. Expansion. Understood? No? Expansion work. Next, right side, compression work. Same system I am taking, I am compressing it. Same system I am taking. Here the gas is doing or the fluid is doing work. Here we are doing work on the fluid. Compression work. Fluid పైన నేను వర్క్ చేస్తున్నా. And we are compressing the fluid. ఎలా చెప్పగలుగుతాం అంటే, sir, previously the weight was on the top. Now we are compressing it to the bottom. The weights, how much amount of work done? Force applied into distance mode. If the piston comes here, force applied and the distance it has moved. Force into distance, work done on the system. So compression is negative work, expansion is positive work. What the explanation I have given you. Okay. Compression work is negative work, expansion work is positive work. Expansion work ante the system will do work. Compression work is system paina mana work chestum. Work done on the system is compression. Work done by the system is expansion work. Work done by the system positive, work done on the system negative. Work done by the system, if it is expanding, it is called positive work. If we are compressing it, negative work. So we have two types of works in thermodynamics. One is expansion work, one is compression work. Work done by the system, work done on the system. Work done by the system is positive, work done on the system is negative. Okay, next. I have taken the diagram. Diagram తీసుకున్నారా? Take the diagram. Convention of work transfer. Take down convention of work transfer. Convention means representing positive or negative. దాని ఒక కన్వెన్షన్ ఇవ్వాలి, ఏదర్ ఈస్ పాజిటివ్ వర్క్ ఆర్ నెగిటివ్ వర్క్. Very, very important. From here, the concept of thermodynamics will start. The core concepts of thermodynamics. From here, number of problems you have to do. If you are able to do number of problems on work transfer, heat transfer, on basic thermodynamics, no, you can crack any examination. Okay, you can crack gate. Thermal బాగా చదువు అంటే గేట్ కూడా క్రాక్ చేయొచ్చు. You can crack gate. You can crack any government examination. You can crack Kia company also. MNC exams కూడా crack చేయొచ్చు. Okay, if you are thorough with the thermal engineering, because our IC engines is the thermal engineering. All the IC engines, those who are developing the IC engines are thermal science engineers. Those who are very strong in thermal engineering, they will be a designers of IC engines. Okay, how the heat is converted into work. So before entering into a company, if they want you to place in a IC engine division, they will have thermodynamic subject. They want you to be placed in a engine division. For every automobile company, engine division will be separate. So for that engine division, if you want to work, you should be thorough in thermodynamics. Thermodynamic concepts perfect ante basics. These are the basics. There you are going to apply. Kia company lo you are going to apply, or Benz company you are going to apply, Mahindra company you are going to apply this thermodynamic concept. Okay, there are applications of thermodynamics which power the engine. IC engines are powering that vehicle. IC engines are called power engines which are powering the vehicle. Because of these beautiful engines, we are able to get the cars which are very faster and which are more powerful. A beautiful engine design చేసినందుకే we are able to get the cars which are very powerful and very high speed engines nowadays. Thar is a very powerful jeep. Jeep kada adi car, we call it as a car. SUV antam, sports utility vehicle. ఎంత పవర్ఫుల్ ఉంటుందమ్మా. ఓకే, SUVs లో ఉండేవన్నీ పవర్ఫుల్ ఇంజిన్స్. So that is also engine work producing devices. So if you want to work in these prestigious companies, no, you should be very strong in the basics. Mechanical engineering lo basic strong ga unte ee oka manchi powerful companies lo work cheyochu. MNC companies. So day before yesterday I told you you are super senior, 2025 passed out girl. She cracked in Mahindra company lo with 8 lakhs package. She has cracked with 8 lakhs package. So you can also do if you want to go in the private company, MNC company. Mahindra is MNC. Mahindra is in Australia. Mahindra is in Europe also. Mahindra అనేది ఆస్ట్రేలియాలో ఉన్నాయి, యూరోప్లో ఉంది. ఇట్ ఈస్ MNC కంపెనీ. ఓకే, టాటా ఆల్సో. ఏం మాట్లాడుతున్నామ్మా, నాకు ఇంకా సీరియస్ అయినా అంటే బాగుంటుందమ్మా. ఒకసారి చెప్తా, చాలా డిగ్నిఫైడ్గా ఉంటా, లేదంటే దెన్ ఐ విల్ టేక్ యాక్షన్. సో ఎవ్రీబడి బీ కేర్ఫుల్. నేను చాలా ఓపికగా చూస్తానమ్మా, లేదు అంటే దెన్ ఐ విల్ షో మై టాలెంట్. బాగున్నది, కంట్రోల్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. క్లాసులో ఉన్నంతకాలం సైలెంట్గా ఉన్నది నేర్చుకున్నాను. సో వాట్ ఎవర్ వీఆర్ టీచింగ్ ఈజ్ ఫర్ యువర్ బెనిఫిట్ ఓన్లీ. మీ బెనిఫిట్ కోసమే చెప్తున్నా. ఫస్ట్ బాబు అని అడుగుతాం, లేదు అంటే ఏ రా అంటాం, అంతే. బాబు అని ఉన్నసేపు సైలెంట్గా ఉన్నాను. సార్ బాబు అని చెప్తున్నారు కాబట్టి మనం వీ హ్యావ్ టు మెయింటైన్ ఆ కార్డియల్ రిలేషన్షిప్ మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి. లేదు ఇంకా మేము వేరే క్యారెక్టర్ కావాలంటే మేము అది కూడా మాట్లాడతాం, బాగుండదు. ఫర్ యువర్ సేక్ ఓన్లీ. సో కంట్రోల్ యువర్. మాట్లాడాలనుకుంటే ఆఫ్టర్ క్లాస్, సో వీఆర్ గివింగ్ యూ 10 minutes బ్రేక్, 11:10 to 11:20 అప్పుడు బాగా మాట్లాడండి, ఎవరొద్దు అంటారు. ఆఫ్టర్ 1 o'clock 1 hour వీఆర్ గివింగ్ బ్రేక్, అప్పుడు మాట్లాడండి. ఆఫ్టర్ 4:30 నుంచి నెక్స్ట్ డే 9:30 దాకా మాట్లాడండి, ఎవరొద్దు అంటారు. ఇక్కడే మాట్లాడాలని ఉందా ఏమన్నా? ఓకే, ఇంకా మీరు అట్లే ఉన్నారంటే మేము వేరే మాట్లాడాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఓకే అమ్మా, హ్యావ్ టేకెన్ దిస్. మా కంప్లీటెడ్ ను Now, very important generalized equation of work for a closed system. So from here up to some classes, we'll be discussing about only on closed system. Closed system paine work heat anta related ga we'll be solving. After 10 to 20 classes, we'll go for open system. So keep in mind that we are doing only closed system. What is a closed system? Where mass will be fixed, but energy transferring will be taking place in the form of heat and work. That is called closed system. Just now we have seen closed system. Piston cylinder arrangement, it is a closed system. Now here, this is a closed system. Inside the fluid is closed. The fluid is not coming out, neither the fluid is going in. ఫ్రెష్ ఫ్లూయిడ్ అనేది బయట నుంచి లోపల రావటం లేదు, లోపల ఉండే ఫ్లూయిడ్ బయటికి వెళ్తున్నారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఏ క్లోజ్ సిస్టమ్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ఎ క్లోజ్ సిస్టమ్ ఇన్ థర్మోడైనమిక్స్? ఏ క్లోజ్ సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ దట్ సిస్టమ్ వేర్ దర్ ఈస్ నో మాస్ ట్రాన్స్ఫరింగ్, కాన్స్టెంట్ మాస్, and energy transfer will be taking place in the form of work or heat. Here we are transferring energy in the form of heat to the system. Here we are transferring energy in the form of heat, Q, kilojoules of heat నేను సప్లై చేస్తున్నా. And also the work is done by the system, energy transfer. రెండు జరుగుతున్నాయమ్మా ఈ క్లోజ్ సిస్టమ్ చూడండి. In this closed system, what I am doing, the mass of the system is fixed. It is called closed system. And also energy transferring taking place in the form of heat, and also work is done by the system in the form of work. Both energy transfer is taking place. One is heat energy transfer taking place, work is done by the system. This work is done by the system. This work is done on the system. Here there is no heat transfer is taking place. If you are insulating it, then insulate cheste heat transfer jaragadamma. If you am insulating this, there is no heat transfer, but there is work transfer is taking place onto the system, work done on the system. It is called a closed system. This is called closed systems. Both are called closed system. In this system, work is done by the system. Energy transferring taking place in the form of work. Here, work is done on the system. Energy transferring taking place in the form of work on the system. Negative work. This is positive work. Everybody understand no? What is a work? Okay. Now let us go with the generalized equation of closed system work. Okay. See here we have taken a closed system. Inside certain amount of fluid is there. It may be air, it may be liquid. Anything amma. Fluid means don't think that it is only liquid. Fluid annamante manam general bhashalo maatladate fluid annamante we think that only water is the fluid. Pass. Generalized equation of work for a closed system. Remember closed system only. This equation is applicable only for the closed system. Generalized equation of work for the closed system. W is equal to PdV. How you got PdV work? Remember the PdV work. How you got the P? P means pressure. dV is the change in the volume. What is the change in the volume? Area of the piston on small amount of distance moved. A into dx is nothing but dV, change in the volume. Area into distance moved. Area is meter square. Distance moved is meter. So meter cube. Meter cube is nothing but that is the units of volume. dV. It will become dV. So pressure applied. The gas is applying pressure or the fluid is applying pressure on the piston. The piston is being moved. Piston is moving. Work is done by the system. So how much amount of distance it has moved? Let us take dx small distance. Dx is small distance. Area is the area of the piston. A into dx is nothing but dV. Change in the volume. Okay. A into dx is nothing but change in the volume. dV is the change in the volume. So W is equal to P dV is the generalized equation of work for a closed system. Okay. For a closed system means the mass should be constant. Off చేసాను